Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dungeon Learner's Guide. Today we have a bit of a different video. We're gonna take a look at the videos that were put out in 2021 and see some stats, some fun facts, things that are interesting along the way. And unlike normally, where I do these by myself, I actually have a couple of guests here to help go through it. I figured it might be more interesting to get people who weren't involved in the making of the stats and get their opinions on the stats. So we are joined by Lena, who has been on the channel before.
Hi.
Hello. And we're joined by Nina, who has also been on the channel before.
Hello, hello.
Just in the gameplay videos, but we'll see if they have any fun input for this one. So,
I can't wait.
yeah. Before getting into the actual stats and facts, though, we got to plug the social medias. So if you are interested in any future content, you can check us out on Twitter, on Reddit. You can send us an email if you have any suggestions for future videos, if you have cards that you would like to see turned into videos themselves. Maybe they'll make it into the stats video for next year. But without any further ado, the first thing we got to look at are the random cards. So on this channel, we do a random deck tech a week. So we find a random card from online or suggested from some of the viewers. And we had a bunch of them this year. Anyone want to take a guess how many?
Ooh, 20?
20?
37.
37? It's fair. It's close. The correct answer is 45.
Ooh.
And these are the 45. I know they're hard to see, but that is every single one of them. And we're not going to go through every single one. We're just going to kind of pick and choose where to go as we move through. But I figured the place to start, since this is a budget show, is with the price. So all of these cards combined are $181.66 at the time of recording, provided they might change a little bit. So it's pretty expensive for 45 cards. If you had to guess, because I'm going to make you guys guess a lot of stats as we go, you're welcome. Which one of these do you think would be the most expensive? I think Lena might already know.
I don't have a really good baseline for which ones are the most expensive.
Just like which one looks the fanciest
to
you?
I think one of the really fancy ones, third, on the top row, the third one.
The third one. Okay,
I don't know
so
why.
Fall of the Thran.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Just
Makes sense.
I don't care which one is actually worth the most. Generous gift should be the answer, regardless of what the answer actually is.
Okay. So the correct answer is Ramses Overdark, and if we were to actually remove him from the equation, he's the one in the middle of the first row.
Okay.
The price of the total price actually drops down to $64.68.
Oh my gosh.
So, in terms of most expensive cards, our main man here, definitely the most expensive. So we'll talk a little bit about him, kind of see where that deck was at. But this one in particular was worth $116.98. And for this channel, we actually make decks that are $100 or less. So this one card is worth more than most of the decks we do on this channel.
Wow.
Well, I say most. It should be all of the decks. But at the time, when I made this deck back in, I want to say March, he was only $73. So he's gone up quite a bit since then. And since Ramses was $73, we were able to fit an entire deck under $100, provided every other card was 25 cents or less.
Oh, wow.
So there's my fun fact about him. If you have one, or you just, have a piece of paper you can write Ramses Overdark on, then you could make a commander deck for like $12.
I love him. He's black and blue, which are... anything with black is usually my go-to, so I already love him.
I don't understand why this card is worth $117, like, at all. This card looks like it kind of sucks.
The short answer is it's a reserve list card, which means that
okay, that makes sense.
they can never reprint it, so that is why it's an expansive.
Okay, but hear me out. You can just get a better card.
He's fun, though.
It destroys a target creature which has an enchantment card played on it.
Yeah.
That's a huge...
certain decks, he's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
He's pretty
You could
good.
just get one that destroys a target creature.
All I'm saying, if you want to see the deck, though, you can go and watch it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so he's our most expensive. But since this is a budget show, we also got to take a look at the least expensive. So if you had to guess what the least expensive card was.
Lena's gonna be so angry. Generous gift.
Hey!
I will give you this. It's not generous gift.
Oh.
I think that's around $2.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lena?
I know the answer to this one.
Oh, do you?
I remember this one.
All right. So if you know the answer, do you remember how cheap it is?
Isn't it like 2 cents or something?
It is 2 cents. The correct answer is our main man, Siani. Right there. Eye of the Storm. 2 cents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's a blue card, Nina.
It is a blue card.
I'm feeling targeted.
Um,
He flies.
he does. And so Siani was a partner, so he got to pair up with someone else. And I think because it was an uncommon partner from Commander Legends, it was kind of on the cheap side. But I think it's fun. I think the deck was fun. But we'll actually talk more about that deck later because, spoilers, Siani's going to show up again. So we'll go back to our main home page here with all of our cards. And now, since we're still on the budget ideas, right? All of these decks were $100 when we made them. But prices fluctuate, right? Cards change, they go up, they go down. So how many out of our 45, if you had to guess, would you say are currently more than our $100 budget limit?
I'm gonna say 7 because we already know
We know one for sure.
one for sure.
I was also going to say 7.
Oh,
Impressive.
I
All
like
right.
it.
So, correct answer there. I don't know. Was that
That's not
5,
7.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13?
Lucky number 13. Yeah.
13 out of 45.
That's
Not
a
bad.
Prime number.
There you go.
I'm so proud of you.
But yeah, so each of these decks is currently more than our $100 budget. And I'm going to keep you making guesses.
Oh, heck yeah, Generous Gift is on
It
there.
is on there.
Oh wow,
It is on there.
You know what? I take back what I said earlier.
Yeah.
I was wrong for it.
But out of these decks, discounting the Ramses deck, because I think we could all probably safely agree that's the most expensive deck. If you had to pick a different one to be like the second most expensive, which one do you think it might be?
There's a dragon in the bottom right.
Okay, the Wretched.
Yeah.
I think that this one.
Valky. Okay.
Yeah.
So, believe it or not, the answer for that one
Oh.
is the Vastwood Fortification, which is about $116, which means the whole deck is about the same as one Ramses Overdark.
Wow.
And Ramses himself is 132. So the rest of the deck without Ramses is like $16.
Yeah.
So not too bad.
No, not too
Pretty
bad.
nice.
Yeah.
I do think, though, the reason that the Vastwood Fortification deck went up is because there are no lands in that deck. All the lands are the modal double-faced cards, the ones that have a land on the back of it and a spell on the front of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And those are in high demand for the most part. So, most expensive decks. And then, of course, we did most expensive, got to do least expensive. I'm not going to give you a rounded down number. This one you got to look at all 45. Any guesses at which one might be the least expensive?
I remember the answer to this one. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. I even put in the bottom 2, so you got 2 chances.
The one first column, third. Yeah.
Okay, Bamboozle. Okay, I do like Bamboozle.
It kind of reminds me of a Shuckle.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah. I do like a good Shuckle. So the correct answer for this one is, if we're taking the last budget into account, still Sayani. The whole deck was about $30. But for that one, every card in the deck, so it was an artisan deck, which means that every card in the deck was either common or uncommon. There were no rares, no mythics. So that, I think, contributes a lot to the price there. But the other one, I wanted to put that in there because it's about $34. That one does include rares, does include mythics. Like, that's a full-fledged deck, 3-color deck, all about the kicker mechanic. So that was the Verazal and Halar deck. So for anyone who's watching, if you're looking for a super budget deck, $34 gets you a complete kicker deck in 3 colors with 2 illegal partner commanders because we can break the rules.
I don't like the flavor text.
A living remnant of the Ice Age.
Dinosaurs are not from the Ice Age.
Well, in Magic lore they are, though.
I don't care for that.
'Cause there was an Ice Age on Dominaria.
Don't care for it.
Yeah. Alright. But those are the prices. And I think that's the end of our budget section. So
Okay.
we'll move on from the money aspect. But throughout the course of the year, we had a couple of decks videos that did very well. And we had some that did not do very well. So we had some very popular videos. One in particular that is popular by the other, more popular than the others by a large margin. And one that is not quite so popular. So, guessing time again. Drum roll.
Oh gosh.
Which one do you think was the most popular card?
I'm gonna be biased. Is the turtle deck up here?
Turtle deck is. It's Archelaus down in the bottom left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Archelaus.
Archelaus?
Going turtles.
I know the answer.
You do know the answer. So, I will say Archelaus is one of the most popular recently.
Oh.
But it has not surpassed our most popular, which may not surprise a lot of people, is actually going to be Valky, the god of lies.
Ooh.
With,
That's a nice
so
one.
far, as of the time of recording, has 684 views. Which, compared to the second most viewed video, the second only has about 300. So I don't know why
double.
Valky is so popular.
Good
It could
for
be the
him.
fact that he flips and the back of it's a planeswalker.
Ooh,
He's
good
just
for him.
a planeswalker that can be your commander, which is unique. He's also Tybalt.
All my homies love Tybalt.
They do. They do indeed. But yeah. I think just in general, I'm very happy with how the Valky deck turned out. I think it was well constructed and I don't know. It must have been good. People seem to like it. But as with everything, we talk about the highs.
Talk about the lows.
Gotta talk about the
Yeah.
lows. So who's the least popular? Who's the one who's sitting on the sidelines?
Ooh.
The one that nobody likes? Would it be easier if I said maybe pick a color?
Oh, okay.
Blue.
Yeah, I would say blue.
Okay. So there's not a lot of blue options. I think, in fact, there's only 3. Cyani, Bamboozle, and Archaeomancer are the only 3 blue cards. Unless you want to count Archelaus. Archelaus is part blue. Oh, and Master Biomancer is part blue, too.
I think that the Shuckle.
I was also gonna go with the Shuckle.
Bamboozle?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's not the correct answer, though.
Oh.
Correct answer is, once again, our main man Cyani,
Aw.
with only 22 views.
Poor Cyane.
Which, compared to Valky,
Yeah.
not a lot.
No.
Not a lot. I don't know why Cyane is so unpopular.
Probably because it's so cheap.
I mean, maybe. But
Bless his heart.
he tries. He tries.
I think it's cool.
It's a cool.
Even if it is blue?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Cyane's fun. But yeah, so those are our random cards. And now, it's not all just about the decks themselves. They gotta actually be good.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to play a deck that loses all the time. You just want to lose some of the time. So, again, out of our 45, how many decks won the game that was on the channel? Granted, I will say this, I did play multiple games with some of these decks, but only the ones on the channel are what we're talking about.
I'm gonna say 21.
21. Okay, that's quite a few.
Yeah.
Probably 11.
11.
One of them should be Generous Gift.
Should be
but
Generous
I don't think
Gift.
it was.
No, I will say Generous Gift was a
Oh,
winning deck.
heck yeah.
Because I specifically beat both of you with that deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then those are all the others. So Fall of the Thran, Dragon Throne of Tarkir, Crumble, Curse Monstrosity, Nakato War Pride, Archaeomancer, Hellcarver Demon, 9 Lives, Master Biomancer, Fiery Temper, Generous Gift, Garruk, Apex Predator, and The Wretched.
I do like the Wretched.
All of our winning decks. I think you might like The Wretched deck. It steals other people's things.
Oh, that is right up my alley.
It is.
Nina loves theft. Confirmed.
Only in Magic the Gathering for legal purposes.
Yeah. But yeah, so not a ton of decks won, but considering the games are 3 to 4 players, I'd say that's pretty good,
Yeah.
right? It's not a lot, but it's
It's about
not
a fourth.
Yeah, which is about where we want to be. So, with our winning decks, We're going to take another curve. We're going to look at some other random fun facts. This one, though, is about the color of the cards.
Ooh.
So everyone's got their favorite color in Magic. Mine is white. I'll admit to that. Do you have a favorite, Lena?
I guess black.
Black.
Always black.
Also black.
That's all I play.
Or black or red.
Black adjacent. So the colors for all the decks, in terms of the actual breakdown, these are just colors that were represented in the decks. So it might not have been just a red deck. If it was like red, blue, and black, it would get a number in each of these. So white is the least represented. I'm not sure why. Best color.
Yeah.
It might be my own personal bias of like, oh, I can't make every white deck.
Yeah.
It's got to be something else.
A lot more red than I expected.
A lot of red. I think we had like 3 or 4 mono red decks.
Oh, wow.
Like just red. So
Do love chaos.
there you go. But those are the specifics of like all the colors put together. But the actual colors, and if you like chaos, this slide may appeal to you because it looks very chaotic.
Oh, wow.
These are all the color combinations,
Okay.
right? And they're in order of most played to least played. So most played was red. We had 4 just red decks.
Right.
We had a couple of 3s, green, Azorius, and 5 color.
Oh, wow.
Ton of 2s, tons of 1s, and there were 6 color combinations that didn't get played at all,
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
including, and I'm very ashamed to say this, mono white.
And also, it looks like no black white.
Yep, no,
Which is
no Orzhov.
My go-to.
It is. But these are just my decks.
Oh, I know,
These
I'm
do
just
not count
saying.
my opponents.
No, I know. It's just...
We'll get to the opponents later, though.
Oh,
Should have had more Rakdos decks.
We had a few. Had 2.
Yeah, should have had more.
You
Should always
need
have more.
Rakdos.
Always need more Rakdos.
Okay. But yeah, so like I said, these are just mine. The opponents we will get into later. But I will say, I think it's all right.
I think it's...
Oh, and I think I made a typo on there. Abzan says 2. It should say 0. That is my mistake.
I think it's cool that you had that many, like, 5-color decks. Like 3?
3 is, yeah.
That's really cool.
5 is easy to do. Because
Yeah.
you can just kind of shove everything into a deck and call it good.
Does that make sense?
But I do like 5 color. What do you think, Lena? Any colors that should be played more besides Rakdos?
Just Rakdos.
Just Rakdos. Okay. So now we get to the real chaos aspect, right? And that's the other people who are in the videos, present company included. So throughout the course of making these videos, people started to suggest some of their own personal cards, cards that they liked. I had a couple people throw me cards that they were like, this is terrible and you can't make a deck out of it, and we tried. Chandler is a good example of that one. But throughout the course, I won't make you guess how many were suggested, because I'm sure we're tired of guessing.
At least one of them was suggested by me.
That is accurate. Yep. And
Guess which one it was.
take a good guess.
I'm going to go generous gift.
I think you may be right.
Finally,
But-
one correct.
All of our suggested cards are these ones. So you can see we got one at the very beginning, which is actually where the Commander's Guild series started. We started with a suggested card, and we kind of turned it into its own series. And then toward the end, we got a lot more suggestions. In fact, our last 5 videos have all been suggested cards. So people have kind of been ramping up the ideas and the suggestions, which I appreciate very much. So if you guys are watching this and you have other suggestions, always let me know. I love making those. And there's actually a lot of them coming up. Many that are left over from the Chandler video where people came over for Mr. B. So we will get to those at some point. And then we have our actual opponents, though. So this is everybody who showed up in any video throughout the course of the year. So we're using myself as a baseline because there were 45 videos. Bilal came in along with Sean with 33, showing up the most. Jason with 32. And that's kind of like the core group. The 4 of us kind of do most of the videos. And then we had Lena at 9.
Yeah.
There you go. Mike with 4. Ezra, Kyle, Nina,
Woo!
and Will all at 3. Manny and William at 2. And Lucky Khajiit down at the bottom with just 1. But he'll probably be back in the future, hopefully. But those are just the games played. We didn't actually count the wins. So this is where I'm going to make you guys guess this. Who had not like who won the most of their games.
Okay.
Just like total wins.
Ooh.
Who had the most? I mean, we can probably safely say it's down to either myself, Bilal, Sean, or Jason with that many games.
I was gonna say Bilal.
Okay.
I'll go with Jason.
Okay. So, for that one, it was me.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it shocks me too. I think that's probably because I played like 12 more games than the next person, so I think that would make sense.
Yeah, no, that does make sense.
But Sean, a massive 10, which means he won almost a third of his games. Jason and Bilal, 8 and 7. Nina with 2,
Woo!
which,
Champion.
I mean, yeah, that's 5th place.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Bro, I've only won 1 game.
Out of 9, yeah. Not a great win percentage.
It's hard to play online.
It is.
Nobody explains anything to me.
I understand. Yes. But that though is why it's important to also look at win percentages to actually figure out like who won the most of their games, because I played 45 games, I won 13, but that doesn't mean that I technically won the most. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So I
Skewed
know,
statistics.
I'm pretty sure you both already know the answer to this question.
Oh, yeah.
But who do you think had the highest win percentage? Like, who won the most of the games that they actually played?
I'll be quiet because you literally sent me a screenshot of this earlier.
I did.
Listen, I think that these statistics aren't necessarily accurate because not everyone played around the same amount.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's why we're just checking to see, like, the percentage of their games.
Yeah, yeah.
So, because on average, you should probably be winning about 25% of your games.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that it's a 4-player game.
Mm-hmm, and
Right.
not like 1/10.
Yeah. So there's our win percentage. Nina, how does victory taste?
It's amazing. Let me tell you what. I never thought I would see myself in first place here, but here we are. Two out of 3 games.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. After that is Manny, because he only played 2 games, and he won 1, so 50%. Ezra also played 3 games, but he only won 1. Sean, a massive 30%, considering he played almost 30-something games.
That's
That
So
sounds about
impressive.
right, though.
Winning a third of his games, which is impressive.
Yeah.
Myself as well, 28.8%, which I would like to brag about, because I'm building budget decks around random cards and still winning a third. I think that's pretty decent.
That's really good.
Jason and Mike both at 25%, Bilal at 21%, and Bilal frequently in games will either win very quickly or will knock him out pretty quickly because we know he can win quickly. And I think this stat kind of confirms that maybe we don't need to knock him out so quickly. I think he might be able to survive a little bit longer.
No, I think you still need to knock him out quickly. No, you know who you do need to knock out quickly? It's Jason.
That's fair. He's got that exact 25% though. He did like perfect stats being where he wants to be.
And that's terrifying, which is why you should kick out Jason.
Poor Jason.
Well, continuing on with the stats though, if we look not the bottom, the 0%, the people who didn't win, we do have an 11.1%.
You know what?
From someone who won 1 of 9 games. Lena, how does not last, but close feel?
It feels like I know where you sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Question rescinded. Okay, moving on. Alright, so last up are the actual commanders that people have played. And this is everybody. So this is myself, you guys, everyone else who was on the channel. If we played about 45 games, on average there's 4 players in each game. How many like different commanders do you think we saw? Because we're not counting overlap. So
Right.
Nina, you played Shadrax in 2 games.
No,
Or 3 games.
all 3, yeah.
He only counts for 1.
Yeah.
So,
I think I played Dina a few times, too.
yes. So, individual, unique commanders.
21? I feel like, I don't know if that's too conservative.
50.
50.
Yeah.
Correct answer is 130.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Because 4 players in every game, 45 games.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't
Yeah.
think about that.
And this is all 130 of them.
Oh wow.
And where's Dina?
She is in the second row, second from the right.
And where's my boy?
Good.
Shadrax should be toward the bottom. I believe he's in the second to last row, fifth from the right.
I see him.
I should play different decks more often.
I
Yeah.
think you've played all 3 of your decks on here.
Yeah, well, now I have
Or
4 of them.
I think you've played 4, because you played Giganta at one point, too.
I don't remember doing that, but sure.
Yeah.
But now I
also,
have Olivia.
that's true. Also, don't worry
Look
about how
forward to
long
that.
it took me to put this together. There were a
I
lot
know
of
how long it took you to put it together. I sat next to you while you did
there
it.
were a lot of pictures.
You appreciate your hard work.
I hope so. But these are all of the commanders that were played. Obviously, they did not all win. So if we're talking about commanders that won at least a single game, how many do we think?
I'm going to go with maybe 50 now.
Okay.
Probably wrong.
33.
Okay. Well, let's see. See if my computer is going to crash on us or not.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. I think we're pushing it. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
We got our winning commanders. It struggled a bit for a minute, but we got there. So these are our winning commanders. Some from you guys. So we do have... Whoops, I can already see that I accidentally missed one of our partners there. Halar doesn't have Verizal with him. But like Shadrax is on there.
Yes.
Is that Jarina?
That is Jarina. You won with a Jarina deck at one point.
I could have sworn I won with Dina, not Jarina.
Definitely won with Jarina.
Interesting.
Dina has yet to win a game,
Ooh.
which is very unfortunate.
Trash.
But lots of good decks on there. But these are all the commanders that won at least one game. I'm going to make you take another guess. I know, we hate the guesses.
I'm just bad at them.
That's okay. That's why I brought you guys in, because me just talking about stats that I know is boring.
We have no idea what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
I've been
more
playing
fun.
this game for 3 years and I still don't understand how it works.
That's okay. Out of all of these, how many do we think won 2 or more games?
Just Shadrax.
Okay.
I'm gonna
one.
say 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah. It is
We'll
just
see.
Cedric's I'll scream. Not actually.
It's
Oh!
only 2.
My
Oh, so
God!
close to being right.
You were. So Shadrax is one of the only 2 to win 2+ games.
My boy.
Ooh, I like Scythus.
Yeah,
she's
Sithis,
cool.
Sithis is a spooky deck. And this is one that, because you both played in the Shadrax games, you'll know
Right.
the answer to. But one of these 2 commanders is actually undefeated
I'm gonna go
in 2+ games.
with Sithis.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I think we beat you with
Yeah,
Shadrax.
Yes.
I lost the third one.
Yeah, Shadrax did at
I don't
one point
remember who
lose.
won.
Now, Sithis isn't like massively undefeated. It's only 2-0, but it's more than any other deck on here can claim because there are a ton who are 1-0. That was literally everyone on the other page, or 1 and X. But Sithis being 2-0 is impressive. This one, I'm pretty sure, is just Jason's deck. He doesn't pull this one out very much because it's very powerful.
Yeah.
But
Jason.
out of all of the commanders, for this year at least, we can say that Sithis is the most winning of all the commanders.
Congratulations to Jason.
Yeah,
Yes.
congrats. Turns out an Enchantress in the command zone is very good.
Yeah.
But I believe that leads us to almost the end, where we break down the colors of all the commanders and all the decks that have shown up. So you guys mentioned earlier your favorite color being black.
Yeah.
Number 1 deck,
Yeah.
mono black. 16 mono black decks.
No, sadly, no mono white.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we went wrong. There was actually 1 mono white deck. I will say that. That one is a typo. Because there is 1 mono white deck. It was Bilal's Mangara deck. It also won, which is relevant.
Okay.
But so there's only 2 color combinations that didn't show up at all in
Right.
any of the videos, and that is 4 color without white and colorless. So that's the brown one.
Oh. I was wondering if that was.
Yeah. So to anyone who plays in any future games, got to pump up those numbers. Got to get all the representation in there. Admittedly, it's difficult to get colorless because your options are Eldrazi or artifacts. But you never know. Could be something in the future.
I will be playing more Rakdos sticks.
That's fair. You got a new one.
Yeah.
And then maybe get Nina to make another one too.
Yeah.
Make a Rakdos deck too.
That
Just all Rakdos. Rakdos is up there in this one.
blue-black.
Make a Judith deck, a Rakdos deck. We've got the Olivia deck.
Yeah.
Whatever I can put Grey Merchant in.
Anything with black.
Anything with black. I love me some Gary.
That's fair. I think, Nina, you would probably like the Esper combination.
Ooh.
Blue, black, and white.
Oh, I
It's very
play all
much
3 of those colors.
control the board.
Don't give her that power. Don't give her that.
I'm hurt. I absolutely want that power.
But yeah, so those are the majority of the stats. In fact, I think that's all the stats.
Nice.
So I appreciate you guys sitting around for that one, because I know just kind of talking through stats is not everyone's favorite thing. I love stats. I think this kind of stuff is fascinating.
I think it's neat to see all the things from like the whole year kind of stacked up, because it does kind of put things in perspective. Because at least I know I've only been in like 3 videos, but like I saw what I played against, and then seeing it all like the larger picture. Pretty cool. It was neat.
Okay.
I just love information.
That's true. So it's
fair.
fun.
Love
But-
information.
Hopefully, we'll be able to do this. I'm going to try to do this every year that we're doing this. I'll probably be able to in the future get more stats in there, because I had Mike suggested on Twitter that we check like how many times people search their decks throughout the course of all the games, which sounds fun, but also to get this video out on time, I didn't have the time to do that, because I would have had to go back and watch all the decks again, which is like 8 hours worth of viewing content.
Yeah.
And I don't have time for that on a teacher schedule. So
We can do a stat on how many times Jason said to kill Zach
it was a lot.
each time.
It
It
was
was
a
a
lot.
lot.
You could do one where everyone had to like clear their hands, like when certain cards were used, and you had to.
How
Yeah.
many times did somebody board wipe and it made me annoyed?
There we go.
Many is the short answer to that one.
Stop board wiping.
Run
Let me keep my giant creatures.
run protections.
No.
Okay. But yeah, so thank you guys for sitting around for that. Any last minute comments before we wrap things up?
Not much. Just really excited. Love to do this, and hopefully you'll see us all in more videos.
That's the plan.
And Happy New Year.
Happy
Yes,
New
Happy
Year.
New Year. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you have suggestions for future things we can add to the stats video, please do let me know, because hopefully I can track them a little bit easier if I think about making this video at the start of the year rather than the end of the year this time. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see y'all on the other side of the Dungeon Learner's Guide. Sorry. Oh no. Because I just hit record. Never fails. There's always something.
Keep it like this.
This is the intro now.
Oh my god, you should do live stream sometime.
I've thought about it,
Yeah.
but okay. Y'all ready?
I want to do the intro.
I mean, okay.
I don't remember. I don't remember what you say.
Good job.
I don't remember what you say.
Usually it's just hello, welcome back to the Dungeon Learner's Guide.
No, I don't want to do that. Never mind.
All right. Oh my god, it's gonna be a long day. Okay. Are you actually ready though? Okay.